But with that being said, we've got a really awesome webinar today. And it's about content creation and how to basically step out of comfort zones to start shooting content, right, for beginners. But before we get into that, everyone, just a little wave here. Welcome all the new people. We've got Lonnie, Lonnie Young, Joel Tan, Sherry Floss, Katrina, and Lisette. Hopefully you're all well, guys. Hopefully I've said your name well, or okay there, Lisette as well. Guys, these webinars, they're for everybody. Can't force you to come along, but they are packed with value. Is that right, guys? I don't know whether they are, but I'd like to think I do a good job. If you're a PT and you want to learn about business and do the stuff that we are never all taught about, right? When we learn our Cert 3 and Cert 4, these are for you. So show up and come along. All right, announcements. First and foremost, just to highlight to everybody here, next, I'm away for 2 weeks, right? But I'm taking, I now force myself to take actual holiday when I go on holiday, rather than be a burden to my wife and kids that are actually on holiday when I'm working on holiday. Next week, I'm not going to be doing Voxes. There will be a Monday Kickstart check-in. All right, if I can't model that up with the end of week check-in like I did last week, there will be a start of week check-in and an end of week check-in, right? There will be 2 of those. There will also be a webinar on Wednesday, but it will be an uploaded one. So announcements of new things coming. That webinar is a pre-recorded webinar, and it is going to be well worth everybody watching, right? It is to do with the company-wide marketing loop. You heard it from me first. We are launching it. So get ready for that. I highly recommend that everyone watches it. From there, we're going to start rolling this out. There's going to be potentially additional webinar launched into the weekly schedule for marketing purposes only, so that we can have this sort of camaraderie and bouncing off each other with marketing strategies, detailed down to what's coming up on the marketing loop, on the schedule, that everyone can run together so that everyone can bounce off each other. Again, more camaraderie as we always continue to grow and help more people. So you heard it from me first. Next week, there will be a webinar. I highly recommend just like tuning out the time that you would normally be here and dialing in for that and just watching it. It's going to be me going through it, right? And just basically highlighting it. There is going to be some strategies in there which we've talked about, but from this point onwards, they are being made semi-mandatory. Is there anything semi-mandatory? Mandatory. They have to be freaking mandatory. You have to get it done. But look, again, guys, with that being said as well, we have a lot of really exciting changes coming up in the future. I'm really excited to share them all with you. We got some big things happening. I don't need to go into detail until they are official, but as we know, there is a certain thing called strike coming out, but that will alleviate a lot of work and it will add a lot of value to you guys. But then it will mean that I can be of even more value to the people here that want to grow their business, which I guess is everybody, right? But sometimes it's not. So I really can't wait for the next few months. It's really exciting. And yeah, with that being said, in terms of new content, let's go over this one thing, the tangible product, right? So my right-hand woman is back, but I haven't got her to look at the tangible product that is editable. Basically, guys, I try my hardest and the team tries our hardest to do everything for you that you can just click a button and put your logos on it. If you're having problems looking at that tangible product, which we uploaded to the portal, and you're seeing that if Tane edited it, and then Charmaine jumped in after Tane, and then Charmaine see that Tane's logos were all over it, it's because I'm either shit at what I'm doing and I don't know how to do it, or it can't be done. So I think what was happening is we're having people edit it, and then people were jumping in and they were editing an edited version, if that makes sense. Guys, unfortunately, if that's the way, there's an example on there of what you need. Just open up the PDF, copy the text, find your own template, just type in fitness presentation. Find something that looks good and just paste the content into it. I'm sorry, I can't make it any quicker than that. But that pretty much is that. Open Q&A. That was a good question before, Ray, just about how to handle people that like to yap like I do. But basically, you know what to do now with them. Anyone questions about anything? Tash, good to see you as well here. Hopefully you're feeling okay. Any questions about anything, Jack? Can you come off mute?
Yeah, I had a question which could be a different webinar as well, because I feel so. But anyway, you can answer that question. That'll be awesome. Or anyone else can jump in. So as a trainer in the past few years, you train clients and that's your big focus. You want to service clients, you want to give them maximum value. You're looking at their meal plans, doing all these things. But then there's a lot of times that you're happy with the number of clients and the sessions that you have. And then you miss out on a few key things. As an example, calling leads, doing some things like how do you make like a small system in place to ensure you prioritize stuff, but then you don't let go of the not so important stuff, which is still important for your business because you're a sole trader. So your marketing is your job, your sales is your job, your accounts is your job, your admin is your job. So is there a easy hack or some ways that I can stay on track? I don't know if other people face it, but yeah, sometimes I feel like there's no system.
Everyone. I think Ash as well. I think Jack was actually by that bridge in real life a week ago. Were you not by that bridge?
Yeah. Yep.
He was there. He was there. Look, first and foremost, I'll take the lead with this one because I'm just conscious of today's time. All right. So I just want to make sure we get it. Jade, good to see you now. Basically, is this. There is a bracket. This is really freaking important, guys. And I'm on today. I'm pumped. I love my energy is good in these webinars at the moment, right? There is a bracket between around about 75K and 125K, which is the hardest part of being a PT, right? The hardest part. Why? Number one, if you take your foot off the pedal at that bracket, your business is going to collapse. And it's just a horrible thing, right? The amount of people, I've got a really good client, right? A really good client. She's grown her business to 6 figures pretty much super quick. She went and did full-time study. And then she's come to me like in tears, hysterically crying because she's lost a couple grand a month, right? 25, 30% of her business went back. You take your foot off the pedal, you're going to lose the business. So why is that bracket the hardest? Why? Because you've got to keep marketing, right? Then you got to keep taking consults. You got to keep converting them. When you convert them, you got to find a slot for that person. We're not even talking about the admin stuff yet, Jack, right? So this is just general runnings of the business. When you get into this bracket, right? And there's many of you guys and girls here that are in this bracket. When you get into the bracket, you're going to be fucking tested. You're going to be tested hard because also in the background, you have to do admin. You got to do stuff like we're talking about today, right? Social media, content creation, you got to do hopefully not mass amounts of programming, nutrition, check-ins. You got to look after your existing clients, right? So basically, it's at this point where your systems, right, and your time management before leveraging business is of paramount importance. There's so many of you guys here, right? I'm looking at you guys and I'm like, there's one of you, well, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. Like Tanya, Charmaine, Ems, like I'm sitting Ryan, like all you, there's loads of you guys that are at this stage, Ash, right? Zach, like you will never move forward then as well, right? Because what commonly you will do is you'll convince yourself I'm comfortable, right? This is where my real passion is going to start coming out. You ain't going to get nowhere in your life, guys, in your career, your life, if you are happy being comfortable. Like comfort zones, they're fucking dangerous, right? They're dangerous. And comfort zones don't go hand in hand with success. They don't. So what you've got to kind of do is you've got to make sure that systematically you're operating smoothly because you've got 24 hours in a day. You have to manage the time. Unfortunately, you may have to work weekends. Suck it up, right? I personally did a lot of my admin stuff on a Sunday. That's what I did. I do business tracking without fail on a Sunday. I do client check-ins and stuff like that minimally because I didn't ever need to do a lot, right, of check-ins, but I would do it all on a Sunday. But the most important things, Jack, as well, if you need this, message me saying unlock stage 6. It's your time management. You've got to manage everything. But then you're going to get to a place and a stage where you go, right, well, you're going to have to leverage something. Something's going to have to give. Whether or not you want to do like some group fitness sessions, but that's not really leverage. A lot of people think that online is leverage. I'm not against online. Like me and Charmaine are talking about this quite detailed at the moment. I back it. Like, but that's not leverage. Like, if anything, you're creating more work for yourself, which means you're getting more busy. And if you have another income stream, which is separate, that you try and advance momentum in, then, well, the other income stream will suffer. It is a hard time, Jack. it is a hard time, and there is no right and wrong to it. You have to just be on top of it as much as possible. And there is no systems, there's no apps, there's no real anything that can make it happen. You need to be organized, you need to be well oiled, and you need to be managing your time perfectly. Is there anything else that anyone wants to put on that? I think, was that Tane, did you put something in the chat? I try not to let a good place create complacency. That's huge, massive. For every single person here, I'll be honest, I want you all to be having staff. I want all of you guys to be in positions like where you're overseeing, where you're managing a company, right? That's the goal, right? That's the goal. I mean, like, if anyone sits and says like, yeah, but I'd be happy with $1,500 a week, you will until you fucking get it. I used to say that shit. And then you say the same thing about 5K, 10K, 15K, you're never content. You just don't know it yet. You don't know it yet. So I can sit here and say, I want the best for every single person. I can say that, but you won't relate to it until you're in the position, right? So I want everyone to leverage. And when you leverage, that's when true flexibility comes. And not letting complacency, really well done. And yeah, ads here as well. So Aaron, finally out of a comfort zone. Me and Aaron worked long and hard to get Aaron out of the comfort zone. This guy now is doing amazingly well, doing very, very good. Took him years, but now we're there, stepped up the last 18 months. And we still got more stepping to do. Everyone can do more stepping, but it's what stepping you want to do. So I don't know whether there's anything else anyone wants to add to that quickly, but it's a really important one. I wanted to ramble on about it because, guys, that bracket, if you're experiencing stress, you're experiencing overwhelmingness, if you're experiencing, I don't have time, well, no shit, you don't have time. You're spending all your time with your fucking clients in the gym, right? You're getting paid handsomely for it. So you then have to leverage. It will not change unless you change it. So does that help a bit, Jack?
Yeah.
Anyone else want to add anything or any other questions about it? But stage 6 time management, you need that if you don't have it already.
I'll message you.
Yeah, because that'll help massively. And it's a very, very, very simple task. I'll never change it. It's just simple. And it's then executing. That's the hard part. It's executing a well-managed work week. We've all got 24 hours. That's how you use them. You've all got 7 days. But following that shit, that's a different game. That's a different game.
I'm on it.
It's change.
I'm on it.
You're breaking the mold. You're breaking the mold. So. Okay, anything else, guys? Ems, just speak. Anyone? Is it Ems? Is that you? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, cool. Got these ridiculous headphones on.
Good.
So I don't really know if this is a question or so, but obviously I'm trying to leverage and trying to upscale, as you know, trying to build a business. We've got the new owners that have taken over. They've never had a gym before. It's really just bizarre how they're trying to run the place, but there's not a great amount of members for the PTs. They're trying to bring on 2 more, myself and the other PT that is still there. We're still trying to obviously grow and build. Meanwhile, there's 2 more coming on. And I find a lot of people on the coast, and you've probably heard this from Charmaine as well, like they're very flaky. It's sort of, they come, they go, they want to test it. They want to.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's sort of a bit hard, and I'm sort of in a position where, I am growing at a good rate and we are doing well, but there's so many people coming on and then just dropping off, and it's sort of like this revolving sort of thing, and it's sort of getting to a point where I'm a bit lost as what to do. So I'm still going up. I had a silver yesterday. I've got another ex-client coming back on this week as well. A lot of people on hold because they're getting sick. It's just, I get to a really good point, but it's hard just to get past that, like you were just saying.
Right. I think, I'm not joking, I'm actually contemplating, because Claire is going through this right now. So I don't know whether your screen is the same, but Charmaine and Claire, you want to wave? I need to connect. I think I was told you I was going to connect you, and Ems as well, right? And all of you guys, I'm in the sunny coast in 2 weeks. So we're hooking up. We'll hook up, all of us, right? I should create a freaking group chat, but it would just be filled with negativity. That's the only thing. So I don't really want to do that. Basically, guys, for those of you who don't know, but everyone here is in Australia, the Sunshine Coast is filled with very cruisy people. It's that simple. There's lots of places around the world that are filled with very cruisy people. There is going to be a motivational end to this message. I think Charmaine has done a lot of personal development that recently has enabled Charmaine to have 100% conversion rate. Am I close enough saying that, Charm?
Close to, and then those people that I'm not converting are either coming back or I'm actually not really wanting to work with them because they're not really serious, or that I'm just not vibing with them. So my mindset's changed completely. It's hard though when you're in the trenches. Like, I know what Em's going through, because I had moments there, like I spoke to you about it, you know, Simon, earlier this year, where I just wanted to fucking quit because it was that bad. And
this
it
is
was
Charmaine here. Well, Charmaine is good. You know?
Yeah, it's ruining my mindset. And I was like getting into such a depressive state, such an anxious state. And for a good 2-week period, I was so depressed. I didn't even want to get off the couch. I couldn't even like go and speak to people or show up for my clients because I was in that state. So I was allowing my business to run my mindset. So I had to work really hard on myself and my personal development. So you've obviously probably been seeing, I'm doing my sauna and my ice bathing every single day, doing like a 30-day challenge. And that's really challenged me in my mindset to keep showing up. It's not the fact that the ice bath is cold, it's more so the consistency of doing it now. So that's actually transferred into my business, and that's actually transferred into my clients, and then also transferred into people that I don't really know. And I'm connecting with people online now because of that.
This is a very, very, very tough one, guys. And it's not just for people in the Sunshine Coast, right? And again, I want to finish with this, but we'll touch about it now because we're here, right? Basically, guys, you're all going to deal with these peaks and troughs. And I think this is a very, very perfect time to say this. Over the last 4 years, I have visibly noticed the world get worse and worse and worse. When I say the world get worse and worse, I'm talking about the fucking people in it. That's right, it's humans. I've noticeably seen mental health get worse, right? But I've also noticeably seen PTs struggle with dealing with more and more and more and more excuses, right? This is not easy for anybody to take. It's not easy for anybody. However, you do hold the key. You do hold the key. What you're not going to be is spoiled. You're not going to be like, look, you got to think, you got to think as well here, Ems. These business owners, these guys that never ran a gym, they want to make banks, so they're going to hire PTs. That's what they're going to fucking do. They don't give a shit if they cannot service them with leads. Look, Good Life runs their whole fucking model on that shit, right? It's period. There's Good Life trainers here. You would agree with that model. That's what happens. Good Life, they'll fill a gym with 15 to 20 trainers, right? When there's not enough. That's why they know 5 of them are going to leave, and it's the revolving door anyway, right? Ems, you're in a gym where there's 2, 3, 4 trainers or whatever it's going to be. It just comes down to whether or not we can find it within ourselves to want to really stand out and to really fucking push and to be heard. You've got to be heard. You don't want to come and be aggressive and pushy though, and this sort of stuff, but you've got to find it within yourself to overcome all of these external forces that are going to try and eat their way at you and your business to try and make you fucking stop. That's what it is. If you can't do that, I don't blame you. First and foremost, I don't blame you, but I don't really settle for that. My job is to try and help you guys overcome all of this stuff, the stuff that you're going to have, the stuff that all of you guys here have had before, right? It's all the setbacks and all that sort of shit. And to show you how to deal with these people. Because like Charmaine said, near enough 100% conversion rate, and the only other people are the people that she has chosen voluntarily not to work with. Charmaine, you said that so calmly, right? I can tell your Zen state at the moment, right? It's like, yeah, but I just chose not to train with these guys because I know they wouldn't be good for my mental health. Normally you'd be like, I've been losing so many clients, what's going on? Right? Do you know what I mean? Like this is the difference. Nothing has changed here apart from Charmaine and her mindset. Nothing. She worked on that. And I'm not saying here that anyone's mindset's off, but it can always get better, and just be aware that you're going to be tested with all this stuff time and time again. And hopefully just hopefully that helps a bit. Recognize it. Look, we'll talk about it in the coast, because we'll hook up like all of us guys there, right? We'll go for lunch and we'll talk about it. But yeah, just communicate this with me, guys, as much as possible, but it will all come from within you, allowing yourself to deal with people's excuses that are not real excuses. It is a cover up for their lack of prioritization. And again, I've noticed trends. I've been doing this shit for a long time. It's going like this. People are more and more susceptible to not want to do anything these days, right? But then the one consistent thing that I've said to my wife over the years is that the only thing I ever noticed that's going like that in the world is the desire for money, power, control, and greed. If you can't recognize that the whole world, I'm going fucking rabbit hole shit now, but if you can't recognize that it's a fucking, it's a very dark place that we're trying to operate businesses in, and everything is dictated by money, power, greed, and control, and that people are trying to force people away from success and trying to fill up a gym with more PTs so they can make an extra $250 a week. And if we're going to let that crack us, then you're going to get cracked. I'm not saying that you're letting it crack you, Ems, but you know what I'm saying? It just recognize these facts, guys, right? It's a freaking hard place, but it's very easy if you rise above it. It's so easy, but that's a choice you have to make, right? That is a choice. That is a choice. I am going to get multiple negative messages all the time. I'm going to go through people fucking going through hardship. It's whether or not I choose to flip the narrative and tell people how they can choose to be like that, or whether you can take that on board and go, yeah, do you know what? That's actually, I probably can choose. I probably can change the mindset a bit, or go, that's bullshit. You don't care about me, Simon. I'm sorry. You know better than that. Of course I do, right? Recognize it, guys. Does that make sense, Ems? We'll talk about it more in person. I want to get stuck into creating some content stuff. So yeah, hopefully that made sense, guys. I was going to finish off with a motivational twist there, but please recognize that this game, it is a game that you're playing, guys. It is a game, and it is that simple. All right, so how to create content, basically, guys. And resistance around doing it. So the resistance is the funniest thing. And again, resistance is what relates back to what we were just saying, is what will keep you in the places that you are at. And if you're in those places where you never move forward, then shit. Look, you're not living a bad life, but don't fucking whinge about it when you want more. All right. And it's literally that simple. So no problem, Ryan. Catch the recording, mate. Basically, recording content comes down to recording, or to confidence, sorry, 99% of the time. If you are not confident, right, and you have fear around getting it wrong, you won't do it. Remember, though, if you have never done this before, has anyone, put your hand up if you've never done a Facebook Live before in your life, a Facebook Live video in front of an audience? Oh, there's a few more people that have than I thought. Okay, cool. Put your hands up if you're not recording content on a regular basis. That's probably why you're here, right? Okay. The feeling that you're going to get is, well, I can't do it because like I suck at it, right? But the thing is you're built to suck. Let me say that again. You're built to suck. I'm not an author, right? So if you tell me to go read a book, well, I'd probably find a way because I like a challenge. But most people will be like, well, it'd be a shit book, right? It would be a shit book. Why? You're not an author. If you told me, here's one, if you told me, Simon, do a handstand and try and drink your freaking Barocca from your toes, right, and between your feet, I ain't going to do that shit. I ain't no gymnast. I can't do that, right? You can't record content because you've never done it before, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. What the worst thing is, though, is that anything to do with life that you have not done before, it comes from this same principle. You've never done it before, so you're built to suck. You don't have a business coach. You've got Cert 3 and Cert 4. You don't know sales and marketing, so you're going to fail. That's what's going to happen. It's the same principle, right? The only way to get better at it is to begin. It's to begin. And it's literally that simple. The good side is when you take a step out of that comfort zone, right? And you actually begin, you realize it's not that bad. And you realize it really isn't that fucking bad. And when you start doing it time and time and time and time again, you actually get pretty good at it. Like I get told all the time, I'm so comfortable behind the camera. Man, I wasn't comfortable at all. I was like, I couldn't do it. I got forced by an old coach of mine to jump on and do a live on a setting like this, right? He was like, right, go put your phone down. Everyone now go live. And I was like, I can't. And I had to do it. And occasionally that live video actually comes up on my wall and I see it. And it wasn't too bad, but I was shitting myself doing it. I was. So we have to begin, right? It is that simple. Now, there are obviously little questions around how we begin shooting content, guys. And this is normally where the questions lie, right? And we have an exercise today that we're going to do. If you can't guess what it is, then you don't know me well enough. But we're going to fucking record a video. live today, like I was forced to do, and you're all going to send it to me live on here. This is when people go, yeah, Simon, got a consult to do. See you later now, can't be, right? I'm gonna go. You're all doing it right now, and I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you're walking on a treadmill car, you're gonna do it. Just don't fall over, right? Now, before we get into that though, guys, this is where it's at. How do you set it up? There's a lot of questions, and this is where we're gonna go Q&A, okay? First and foremost, like I said, it all starts with you. If you're not doing it, you suck, you feel like you're shit. You're meant to be. So don't put that on yourself. You're meant to be. List of things here: equipment, lighting, setting, editing, software, headers and footers and eye-catching stuff that goes with it, closed captions, effects, and overall quality. There's lots of different things, right? Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through. This is all for 2 different types of content as well. I'm going to run through this stuff, take notes, and then Q&A session. And then we're going to finish by, I'm going to take 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm going to sit here and attempt to drink my Baraka through my toes or through my feet. And you guys are going to record a video. You need to send it to me. That's it. Now, the video and the take that I want you to have here is a motivational Kickstarter. Anyone else done that motivational Kickstarter yet? Didn't think so. Don't even need to put your hands up, because I know you haven't done it, because there's resistance. We're taking that shit away today. You're ripping it up, and you're going to take action with it. It's that simple, man. It's literally that simple. So here we go. Equipment. 2 types of equipment, or there's 2 types of content. We've got long form content and short form content. One is educational. Purposes of educational content is basically like this content is right now, a webinar where it's long form. I don't put closed captions over it. I don't need to edit it with little things that pop up and, you know, bleep every swear word that I say, which would be an annoying thing because I swear so much. You know what I mean? And just let it be raw. It's long form content. It's in its form. Short form is like stories, anything like under a minute, right? Anything under a minute. So there's 2 types of content. You guys will be using long form content for portals and for educational purposes with your clients if you're at a level in the business where we wanted to build that sort of stuff, right? And then short form is social media, pretty much. Okay, so there's that. Basically, equipment. 2 types of equipment. Number 1 is one of these things. These days, you don't really need anything more than one of these. You don't really need it. However, if you're going to do long form content, obviously my webinar camera is recording this at the moment, but if you want long form content for educational purposes, I recommend that you do buy a good camera. All right. These are the sorts of things, guys, that are all tax write-off. They are investments for your company. They will make you money. Yes, that's right. A camera will make you money. We're in 2023, guys, and it sounds like, oh yeah, well, it might not, it might make me some money. It will make you money. This will put you on the map in terms of your exposure, where you will over time attract clientele. So technically, the camera will make you money. Look, in terms of cameras, I have a camera myself. It's a Panasonic camera. It's just 4K ultra high definition camera. They cost about $1,000. I don't really recommend that anyone here needs to do that, again, unless you want to start creating content, you want to start having a members area, you want to have educational stuff, right? Otherwise, iPhone, I would always recommend, and most people, again, people prioritize getting these new things, right? Get the latest iPhone. Don't get Androids, but get Androids if you want to. Look, latest iPhone, that's it. You just need good quality, right, in terms of your equipment. So that's it. Now, lighting. I used to have a ring light next to me. I don't know whether any of you guys have noticed my lighting quality improve over the last while, but I actually have a beast right next to me. I'll show you it, just so you can see. The lighting inside here is not the best. So I have this whopper of a thing, and it's freaking bright, man. It works really well. I have to like hook it up above me, but you can see the light difference, right? See the difference between that and like when you turn it off? I look like orange and dark, right? It's very important, right? It's very important. So with your lighting, get a light. You will need it, right? However, natural light, guys, natural light is the best if you can get natural lighting. Anyone have questions about lighting or equipment or anything so far? Just want to put this thing back. There you go. Any questions about any of it? It's pretty substandard stuff. But again, I know people sit here and they'll absorb it all in, and then sometimes it goes in one ear and then it goes out the other, right? But it's very important. So that's your lighting. That is the lighting. And there's not really much else to it. Just ring lights. Position of it is just always in front of you, ideally, overhead if you can, whatever. Setting. Now, this is where it gets deep, right? This is where it gets deep now in terms of your content creation. The setting of which you are. I'm always like quite particular about the setting. I don't like this little cubby hole of an office that I have now, but it's okay. Like, it's okay. I've got some cool little like monotone artwork things. I've got a little cool lion there because I'm a fucking lion, you know. And most people have lions around because they think they're lions, right? You know, that's gay shit. And then I have some other stuff here, you know, whatever. But it looks okay, right? It looks okay. Be particular when you record content. Ideally, find yourself up against a wall. If you want short form content, you don't need to overcomplicate it. I shoot the little videos and stuff when I'm having brainwaves when I walk. They're fine. Think about it like this, right? When I walk, what I try and do is I walk past nice houses or stuff that's in the background going to catch people's eye. Now, this is a little rabbit hole we go down here, right? When you record content, people sometimes will not even look at you, right? I can guarantee you, if you took a video in front of a ridiculous skyline, your views would be more than if you took it with a crappy background. Would you agree with that? Right? It's the subconscious picking up on the subconscious. So your setting, always look out for that stuff. And that's what I try and do is like, if I go past like a really nice autumn tree with leaves like and it's like contrast browns and that, I'll start it there. I start it. It's very, very, very quite detailed shit, but look, it's true. And that's what you'll find. A lot of people will flock towards video. So take note of that. Yeah, pay attention to the subconscious mind because that's what will absorb this stuff. It's not consciously. Okay, now in terms of editing software, right? Long form editing software, guys. And this is basically just a crash course. So anything, questions around it, let me know or hit me up after this. Long form content, I just use QuickTime. So if you ever do a video, you have a tripod with a camera and you got a microphone and stuff like that, because sound quality, excuse me, is important. You have to lean forward, turn the camera on and then go back, right? What you want to do is you want to crop all of that part out until you're ready to go, right? And the end, when you finish the video and you're like, yes, thank fuck, that took me 50 times, but we got there in the end. And then you hit the button, right? And you crop that shit out the end. Right? Because you don't want people to say, yeah, shit, that took me 50 times. I'm great at this, right? Yeah. So you get what I'm saying. Crop it. You can do that in QuickTime, right? And then from there, boom, it's done. Upload YouTube, upload whatever you want, right? On that note as well, I highly recommend that anyone that has content, I highly recommend you utilizing YouTube. There's a lot of platforms that are out there, but YouTube is definitely something I recommend that you would use. There's benefits to doing it, right? Down the line, because this is something where you're persistent and consistent with over time, you get more views, right? And you can obviously look at the statistic, like YouTube enables you to analyze statistics and stuff. So that's that. Now for short form content, we have tested many software in the last month. We've done software where utilization of AI is involved. One of them was called Get Munch. Anyone have heard of Get Munch before? No, so that was good. You upload a video to it, spits out everything with AI. So it does that. But the thing is that it was a little bit blunt. It wasn't quite sharp enough. So there's that. But the most important one, I think, and Alex showed me this as well, is called CapCut. So that's probably what I would use as a go-to, but I don't really edit videos myself. And again, think about what Jack was saying before. You start going into this realm of shit here, you don't have time for this. It takes time. This stuff takes time. That's why we're trying to find the software, the AI, where you just drag it in and it just does it. 2 seconds, boom. But this is all the AI stuff is still relatively new, all that sort of technology. So I'll be keeping an eye out for it. But yeah, I just use CapCut, but you do it manually. And that's that. I'm gonna do the last few little things here, and then actually, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Like microphones, if you've got a good phone, that's all you pretty much need, right? So if I was you, I would be saying good lighting, ideally natural light up against a blank wall, right? Or if you want to do educational content, I'd have a desk in front of you and you can kind of lean in, like my videos are with that Tetris black wallpaper in the portal behind me. But that was, I want to say we lucked out with that one, but we set the room up to have a lot of corner windows, lots of natural light, and then the black background. It was really, really good. So I was we prepped for that. Now, questions. It's 1:45, so we're on perfect time. Perfect time. Questions about recording content, lighting, sound, any apparatus, equipment, anything at all. Go, yeah, go, shoot.
My biggest thing with recording content is just knowing what to record. Like I've done a lot of stuff behind the camera and that doesn't bother me as much. It's more so knowing what to record and actually feeling it that day that I want to put it out there, because I don't know. And then when I feel good enough to go and do a video, by the time I get everything set up, I'm just like, nah, fuck this, I'm not doing that.
Right. You know so this is the thing as well. Think about it like this, right? Is it important? That's the question. Anyone think it's important or not important? Let's talk about this for a few minutes, because this is the real question. See how like I put a topic up like recording content for beginners or how to remove the resistance around it. Everyone flocks to it because they must seem or think that it's important, right? Is it important? I want to go on, Zach.
So all you need to do if you're struggling to think of things to record is think about the problems that your clients have, and just that's it. There's your content right there.
That's it.
Because
well said.
End of the day, like that's you're providing a service. So like people are coming to you because they have problems or issues or something that they want to achieve that they don't know how to solve or don't know how to achieve on their own. So yeah, what you need to put in your content is just like, whether it's long form or short form, just think about all the like anytime a client has ever asked you a question ever that's related to training or nutrition or sleep or water or anything like that, and that's your content.
That's it.
Simple.
That's awesome. Thanks, Zach.
Remember, it's so well said. Couldn't put it any better than myself, right? Couldn't put it better myself. Basically, think about it. How many people are you training? How many people are you seeing? You're always collecting data. This is what I always say about me and my line of work. I'm working with around 100 PTs all of the time. It enables me to split test and gather data of how the human brain works, what questions people have all the time, to notice trends. You know how powerful that is? You guys are the same. When you do check-ins, right? And people, you get 5 people, 6 people. I forgot to log my food this week. There's a topic for you right there, right? There's a topic, like, it's that simple. Think about it. That's how I come up with a lot of content for like these webinars. I literally just go out on a Monday, go, cool, let's get deep into Voxer. If something pops up 3, 4, 5 times in a row, there's a seminar topic for this week sorted. I don't even need to think, because it needs to be addressed, because people are ironically, well, multiple people at the same time are obviously wanting the same thing. But that's right, Zach nailed that. There's nothing else. And whatever you do not record yourself just doing workouts or shit that like here is how to execute a tricep rope pull down. Like these are the topics that people are like, these are the sort of videos where you can tell, and nothing against these guys, but they're clutching at straws to think about what to record. Ain't no one gonna search for Giacomani, right, or Tane if they want to learn to do a freaking tricep pull down. They do something called YouTube. Do you know what I mean? So what you've got to do is you've got to be, remember, it's personal related as well, content, personal. It's what you've got to do, make it personal. And it's that simple. So hopefully that helps. So that's well said, Jack. Questions? Any other questions about any form content at all? Yes, Michael.
Yeah, I was just going to add into that as well, in terms of making content. I sort of have the notion of just sometimes just putting out like how you feel with your own training or whatever, because sometimes at the end of the day, you're trying to relate to potential clients and potential people. So if you're saying, oh, I'm in a rut at the moment and this is sort of what I'm doing, other people will be like, oh, cool, this is actually relatable to me. I might actually want to speak to this person and see, you know, what they do. So just sort of talking about your own feelings and your own mindset.
Yeah.
You might not get the volume of, you know, leads that potentially might come about, but you might get those quality ones that are going to stick around for a longer period of time.
100% right, bro. 100% right. If at any point as well, at this time of the webinar, people leave, I'm still expecting a video from you. Just saying, right? So just saying, I covered myself there, didn't I? So if you didn't leave yet, you took too long. You're screwed now. Look, that there is amazing what Michael just said. Go through your own stuff as well. And do you know what the sad thing is as well, right? Use language which is not good, like I use a lot, right? Swear, right? Use stuff that will capture people's attention. Remember, like I said, the world is going like this. I hate to say it is, especially the human beings. Human race is going like that. People thrive off negative shit. Have you, like, again, let's not even get down the news rabbit hole, but like I watch that shit just to prove myself. The first thing I hear about is death. I'm not joking. It's the first thing you hear about on it. Fucking bus crashed and 10 people died. Oh, fucking shit. Right? Why don't you talk about the guy who, do you know what I mean? Who did some positive stuff. Just watch that. I guarantee it. Newsflash, tonight in Melbourne, rampage shooter went and killed fucking 5 people. Whatever, man. Like, nothing about that. It's not cool. But, all right, do you know what I mean? It's just people thrive off that. They're selling it, right? Oh, God. Did you hear about that guy? Right? Do that in your videos, right? Someone who me and Charmaine know as well, I won't mention his name. He talks about it a hell of a lot, Charmaine. And he's fucking right? You need to put, like, I did a video last week about the freaking can of Monster. Actually, I haven't had a can since that video, right? For some bizarre reason. But like that video, I put be fucking positive for once as the title for it. Be fucking positive for once. Oh shit, ooh, I'll give a little bit of a look at that. This guy's talking about being positive. Oh, I'm not very positive, so I'll have a look at that. Do you know what I mean? That is the sort of stuff that you've got to come up with. Like, if you, I'm telling you, right? So, again, questions. Otherwise, we're going to go give this 5 minutes and see who can come up with. Go on, Cam. Yes.
Do you have any type of like microphone that you recommend people use if they're recording on their phones?
On phones, I don't, because I don't use them. I just say Google it. Like, but I have an overhead microphone for the long form content we shoot. Excuse me, but yeah, I don't use anything because there are a lot of them. This is where, again, price point, right? What I would do is if I would just go and upgrade your contract to get a good phone, because most people put their phones on contracts, right? If you want to do, because those a lot of them are wireless, right? So you're paying hundreds of dollars for them. But then again, it's not that important. Like if you watch people recording content and anyone who's got good content that kind of like pops out, and like for me, I always look into this because my content's okay. Like it's okay, but it could be a lot better. But then again, it's the editing that's done in it as well, right? Your setting, everything like that. Look at them. A lot of them don't wear mics because, again, just the quality of the quality of the recording apparatus is basically there enough. So hopefully, yeah, that helps. Overall quality, guys, is what you need to be looking at when it comes to recording content as well. It's just quality's everything. Everything. If you put quality together with a few swear words and some freaking angry emojis, like, you'll have people flock to it. So yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Jack. Watch this. This is going to be when everyone has so many questions, so they don't have to go and record a video, right?
No, that wasn't the question. Yeah, but I wanted to ask. So, what's your recommendation on lives and then like Instagram videos that are in a post and lives and stories? Like, is there like a proportion or something that you recommend as a general short form video? Like we know there's long form and then short form, but
look, there's the videos. First and foremost, when you start your shit, so when you start posting, you're not going to get much. Well, you will normally at the start. You'll get a lot of praise because people go, "Oh, I haven't seen Jack do a video before," so they tune in, they flock to it. And then after that, that's when you have to sort of battle algorithms. Like I'm not even going to get into that, but like the algorithms. Don't ever worry about exposure. Just put it up there. Trust me, there's a thing called the silent audience. It's in stage 1.2. Like people are seeing it, whether or not that Facebook says you've got 200 views or 2 views. Like obviously, if you've got 2, there's a lot of work to do on your profile. But don't get caught up on like trying to perfect the right type of content, the right short form. Long. Make it short, catchy, snappy, and that's it. And to the point. Right? Quick 3 tips if you want to lose weight based off what I've heard from my clients this week. Number 1, failure to track results is a failure of accountability. You ever feel that you haven't got accountability? It's because you need some, basically. Number 2, lack of output. Like so many people overcomplicate. Everyone knows this point, but you reckon, you know that you've got to have outgoing calories more than you're consuming them, right? But people still sit on their ass. Get up and fucking move. Say that. It's very simple, but again, you lack the accountability to do so, which brings me to number 3, support network and having people like-minded people around you to support you and actually get you off your ass and get moving. Comes down to whether or not you want it enough. The truth hurts, but hopefully these 3 points have helped someone today. That took me, what, 20 seconds? You know, like, and it's hard to do that off the cuff, but think and come from the heart. Like, it's what it has to be. It's what it has to be. That's it. I'm going to leave this now for 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes. Go away now. Everyone here is pretty much good to go. I can see everyone here, right? Just shoot something. Shoot something. I want to, that's it. Go away and shoot something. Do something. Anything that you want now, right? Go.
Is there any
no
topic here or just whatever we want to do?
Anything you want.
How long do you want to
do it? Just go and take a leap of faith.
Are we just videoing or are we going live?
Oh no live. If you want to be a boss, you can go live. But just record a video that then you can play around with. Then later on, get CapCut, play around with something. I want today now to be it's a seminar of taking action, and then we're going to summarize with some motivational points as well at the end here. Look at everyone going, this fucking guy, man. Look,
where do you want us to send it to?
Me on Messenger.
Easy.
But when you come back, just hold up your phone and tell me that you've done it, and then because you've got to show everyone else, right? Otherwise, you could say, "Yeah, I sent it."
Simon, I am actually bouncing. I do actually have a meeting, so I'm out.
That's fine, Jade. That's fine. Actually, Jade, you're fine because you don't need to create content, so you're.
Phil does all that stuff for
me. Yeah.
I'm not taking over that.
That's all good.
Baby.
I've got your messages, and I'll respond to you soon, and we'll tee up a time as well in Darwin. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Content, guys. Go. I don't know why you're still here. Go shoot something. 5 minutes. That's all it needs. Just anything at all. It can be 30 seconds. You don't need to leave the meeting. By the way. You stay in the meeting. But yeah, just shoot something. Shoot it.
Done.
Well done, Brian. So all we're gonna, you send it to me, but I should have told people the goal here of what we're doing is very simple. It's to get a start at something new and then to work on it to get better and better and better. That's all it is. You know what I mean? We'll just wait for these people to come back. And
perfect timing though, because my goal for this week's just been to be more active. So like, I don't know if you noticed, but my stories, I've been putting up stories like every day, each day, writing out posts and shit too. So
I'll check everything out. Like, I mean, the whole goal here, brother, is that we want to see more and more content. And Tane, the way we're going here, man, be careful because this is recording as well for people to listen to. But look, I want people to level up, and it's that simple. With this marketing loop and stuff that we're going to start rolling out, there's no way you can fail with it. The only, like, I just want to show people that if you start taking action, this success gains like so easy, man. It's not, as you know you know what I mean. But yeah, everything's good at the moment. Yeah, you sweet.
Yeah, I probably won't do that marketing loop.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'll jump on the seminars and like find out about it, because like I'm down on learning just so that when the time comes, so that I'm not trying to learn when the time comes. But yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. We don't know what's going to happen yet with the webinars around it, because if we're going to make a loop with say 10 organic strategies, there's 10 weeks worth of content. Then after that, it's repetitive. But the thing is, there's more people that come into the program, and do you know what I mean? It's always value for people, and then people like yourself to top up your knowledge. And so we don't know what we're going to do with those. And then I've got to find another hour to do a marketing specific webinar. And I'm thinking it's going to take away from my Voxer hours, but it won't. Like, there's no way it will take away from that. Here we go. We've got some people coming back. Zach's back, Nave's back, Michael's back. So guys, what we're going to do is this. We don't need to go through the content, but this basically here, guys, for those of you who are now coming back, as I've said to Tane, is a way to do something for the first time, potentially, for them to critique it, to get better, and then move forward. It's that simple. If you were to do this with everything in your business, you'd be in a whole different place in a year's time. And it's that simple. You seem very happy there, Charmaine. Are you very proud?
No, I just thought I took way too long.
Oh, no, you're fine. No, that's 5 minutes. That is 5 minutes. But anyway, I'm gonna let people go here. They can come back whenever they want. There you go. Zach's done it. So guys, that looks ridiculously good, Tanya. What are you doing cutting steak in front of the freaking camera like that? What is that? Gee, I haven't eaten today as well. Oh my God. That is cooked to perfection as well. It looks good. All right. So yeah, guys, send me the video.
That video is copyright, Simon. You can't use it.
Yeah, video is copyright. Look, send it to me with a critique, and that's all it is. It's all it is. It's that simple. Well done, Michael. Well done. And then we're going to wrap up with a motivational point, but we'll just wait for moderator. Who's the freaking moderator in here?
Cam.
Who is it?
Cam.
Oh, it's Cam. Okay.
I do have a question while we wait, if that's all good.
Let's go. And then
so how I was saying about how I've got all these leads, and what I've failed and forgot to do was like just get in touch with them as soon as I've got them, because all I've been doing is like going through the leads, doing calls, getting 8 to 10 consults booked for the next week. Then I don't have any time to get anyone else booked, and then I've just been leaving the other stack of leads there. Yeah. Advice on what you'd want on how to like get in touch with, should I just get in touch with them and just tell them that I'll be in contact in the next few weeks? That's the first question. And then the other question too is because I'm just being given the numbers and not being told whether or not people even want these sessions. Like I had a couple of calls last week where people were like, oh, I'm fully experienced in the gym, I don't need these training sessions. I was thinking about doing a bulk blast text to all the leads and just being like, hey, confirm yes or no whether or not you do want to claim your free sessions that you're entitled to.
Yeah, what was the first question part again?
The first question was how to pre-frame to those leads, because I'm not getting in contact with them straight away.
Yeah.
And the second one was if I should just bulk blast and find out who is interested in claiming the sessions and not.
you have a lot of signups in that gym all the time, right?
Huge.
Yeah. So you can decrease the quality of touch base by text message, right? And look, you'll get through volume very quickly because you can utilize a bulk blast. But with that being said, you'll potentially get a lot less from it. So it's one of the do the gym behind the front desk, like, do they book anything directly for you into the calendar or anything? No?
Not anymore, no.
Oh yeah, not anymore, of course. Yeah. Look, we can do a message, we can bulk them, but just know you'll get less responses. Otherwise, communicate with them and just say we've had an overwhelming, or we've had a lot of people join this month. We'll be calling you as soon as possible from this number to book in your free onboarding present from Anytime Fitness. Do you know what I mean?
What if I did something like a bulk blast and said something like that, and then at the end just said, but if you're not interested in claiming these, just send back a message saying no?
Yeah, just say stop, or just say, if you, that's what I would do. I would do that and just say we've had an overwhelming response. Just say we will be in contact with everyone personally to onboard you thoroughly into the club with a free gift that we give you. And then if you don't want to take part in this, then put it together, send it to me, and we'll tweak it back and forth.
Sweet, easy.
Yeah. All right, well done, people. Well done. Send me everything via Messenger. Just giving myself a fuck ton of work to do, haven't I? Well done. Anyway, that will do. So look, well done. I was saying to everyone here, now that I've got everyone, we can kind of begin to wrap today's webinar up, because I know obviously we're over time. Today, you take a leap of faith. You have done something that you have not yet done before. Is that the first, hands up if that's the first time you've ever actually proactively taken 2 minutes, 5 minutes to do a little video like that, or the first time in a while, right? So it's going to be the first thing. What you've done today is you've broken a mold, right? What we'll do now, send it to me. And then from there, it's obviously me and you back and forth, and we tweak it. You get to a point there where you can actually put something out. Like I said, when you actually put something out, you realize you actually don't get bad rap for it. You actually get praise for it. And it's literally that simple. But what you have done is you've taken action that you've been afraid of. You've taken action with something that you've been afraid of or resistant to. So well done. Was it that bad doing that, Ems? It was that bad? All right, okay. Well,
it took me a minute to find out what I wanted to talk about, but
that's the thing, right? That's the thing. But you found something, right?
Yeah.
That's normally the sort of thing that when you have infinite amount of time, not some idiot wanker coach go and do something now off the cut, right? You know what I mean? You found it. You made it happen and you did it. Imagine if you're persistent and consistent with something like that and you compound it over time. Imagine then you put that into your schedule and you actually execute as per your schedule. Like Jack will get stage 6 access, right? For time management, anyone wants stage 6, just message me saying unlock stage 6, nothing else, just unlock stage 6, and the team will get that done. Imagine you keep practicing like you've just done, you become better and you become a pro at it, right? And if you can't recognize how stuff like this, like creating content and giving answers, like Zach said, to your prospects that your clients have as a problem, and giving them solutions or things to make them go, oh, do you know what? That's actually pretty good, right? You do that, don't ever underestimate where you will be, right? I say to people this as well at the moment, your weekly check-ins is an accountability tool for you to take one step forward each week. If you do that once per week for a year, you will be 52 steps further ahead than where you are right now. A lot of people that never do it, I've got people that are still working with me that I haven't spoken to in a year, but I still send them the check-ins every single week. They're in a worse position than where they were before. Worse. If you take one step forward each week, you do one thing like that and compound it, you'll be in a very good position. It all comes down to whether you're going to start doing it, right? Whether you're going to start doing it.
And how many videos should we be posting a week?
Look, there's not really a right and wrong number. I think like one every 2 days or one piece of content. Like in terms of like content creation in general, there's a lot more easier stuff you can do, like screenshots of messages, photos of you and your client. They're also photos of you and your clients. Like should be seeing a lot more of these, right? Should be. Like, these are easy to collect. You don't need to do anything, and you can do your work when in the description with the title that goes, you know, starts, make sure you don't swear at your client, right, in the title, but you know what I mean, like with a catchy title, and that's it. But I think posting content, you've got to do at least once every 2 days, but ideally stories and stuff like that, you've got to be doing daily, like multiple times a day, and actually share your story. That's the whole idea of stories. Like, I'm being bombarded all the time. Like, when you go to take your daughter for swimming lessons, get a photo, like, do you know what I mean? That sort of stuff, because then people actually enjoy following your story of life and what you do. And then when you drop the business stuff in, there's a lot more genuine nature to the approach of it, because they can relate it to how you have actually been in your other content. And that's it. So guys, start doing stuff that you're not comfortable with, because that's how you get better. And there is no other way to overcome anything in life that provides you with resistance. Just start doing, and do less thinking. Don't think, just do. All right, especially when it comes to creating content. And that's it. Any other questions about anything? It's just going to come down to whether you freaking do it. And that's it. The power of it is pretty powerful. Compound it for years, you see what happens. Any questions about anything else, guys? We're good. I'm sweet. I've got 5 minutes if anyone wants to talk about anything at all.
Those clients that you haven't been in contact with in over a year, do you still send them voice messages and that? The reason I ask is because I have clients that just don't respond to check-ins, don't respond to written messages, don't respond to voice messages. And I find that it takes heaps of energy out of me, even just sending like voice messages through to them when I know that I'm not going to get a response. All right, this is another good way to finish, right? Never pour the energy into those people, right? But it's not because you don't want to. You want to do it, but there's no it's only detrimental to you. It's detrimental to this in here. That's when you do not do it, right? Notice why people like me, right? I don't voice frustration, but I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate. I swear a lot. It's not because I'm rude. It's because I freaking care. If you follow any other people that are out there that are very, very motivational speakers, you look at like Gary V, for example, and like Tony Robbins is quite direct as well. Like anyone like that. The reason why they are like that, my wife's head person that makes big multi-million-dollar deal decisions, they have to present to him. They shit themselves when they have to present to this guy, because he's like that. What's the number? What's that? No, shut down. So this is after 6 months of work that they do, right? They shit themselves. Anyone like that, they're in a position because they're sick and tired of dealing with bullshit. Let me say that again. Anyone who's blunt and direct like that is because they are sick and tired, and they are experienced with dealing with a lot of shit. That's why people like myself and people that portray this message of motivation, it's because they are sick and tired of dealing with people who say they want your help, but don't really want it. Why? Because they're not prepared to get out of bed. That's okay though, right? All you can do is help them get out of bed. But I'm screwed if I'm going to fucking let you pour your energy, Tane, into so many people that are not going to get out of bed. And you're going to claw your freaking hair out and your eyes out, wondering why they don't want to. Because for me, and for you, it's so easy to, right? Think about it like that. You can never, ever change these people at that time. There's a lot of the time, it's not the right time, right? The time right now is 11:11. Anyone know what that shit means? I'm a big believer of that shit. Big believer. There's a reason why my eyes went to that. They're angel numbers, right? But anyway, look, so I'm telling you guys, there's a reason that shit right there doesn't happen for no fucking reason, right? It's 11 minutes past 11.
Like my girlfriend.
You
sound like my girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, I fucking am your girlfriend, right? But remember that I dominate you, bitch. But like, look, it is what it is, right? Guys, don't pour energy into people that sap. And unfortunately, there will be more and more and more of these types of people. And it's not their fault. A lot of the time it is their fault. They make decisions, but they base decisions based on They have to make them, right? Just try and save your energy for the good ones, right?
Yeah.
That's what we try and do. And then you raise yourself, you raise a standard where you turn people down, like Charmaine, because no offense, but they're not worth, I can recognize through my frustration that I've been through as Charmaine, right, of dealing with the Sunshine Coast people, I can recognize that these people are not the ones for me. And it's not ever even worth the finances, guys. This is why, again, you never work for money, ever, because it's not worth it. They're the ones that will end up not paying you, causing you grief, taking your time. Do you know what I mean? So you don't. But I still love them. That's why I still reach out to them, because I know that if there's something, if there's an element of positivity constantly reaching out to them, weekly. You know what's funny? The people that see those messages, probably 75% of those people, they never reply to them, but they open them. Why do you think that is? Because they know that there's positivity knocking, right? They know that. It's up to them whether they want to take it. It's completely up to them. Does that make sense, bro?
Yeah.
Show up, but don't dedicate your life to them. Yeah. Anything else, guys? Are we good? It's a good webinar, guys, as always. Hopefully, again, you like the energy. I've been definitely on fire the last few weeks since that general population webinar. But hopefully there's been some value. Practice shooting your content. I'll give you some feedback and make it a habit. Make it a habit. We're here to help people. Go and help some people, guys, yeah? And that's it. See you soon. Much love.
Appreciate it, bro.
Cheers, guys.